When George called the number in the text message as instructed, he arranged a meeting with the woman who answered. The following afternoon, he arrived at the high-end restaurant where they had agreed to meet. There were all kinds of luxury cars parked in front of the restaurant. The people who got out of them were wearing exquisite formal attire, and everyone going in and out of the restaurant looked extremely wealthy. Compared to these people, he looked like a tramp. But he was calm as he walked toward the entrance, and his head held high. Before he could get through the door, he was stopped by a female hostess with a cheery attitude. "Sir, do you have a reservation?" She smiled at him doubtfully. He liked the look of the restaurant and replied casually, "There's a reservation at table 101. Please show me the way." "Certainly," she said as she respectfully shook his hand, invited him in, and led the way. As they approached table 101, he saw a woman sitting there. Her hair was tied high, showing off her beautiful, elegant neck. "Wow," he thought, as he slowly approached the woman, noticing how stunningly beautiful she was. Her face was perfectly symmetrical, complexion fresh, nose straight and small, lips rosy and tender. But more than all that, she had the dreamiest apricot eyes. They looked at each other for a moment, and as those captivating eyes met George's gaze, his heart leapt with excitement. "Sir, you're here," she said softly. George opened his mouth in shock. The hostess confirmed. "Sir, this is table 101. George blinked his eyes quickly and addressed the seated lady. "So you're—" "Yes. Mr. Rudd, I'm your new assistant, Flora." Her eyes were full of smiles as she stared straight at him, not moving at all. Wow, a beautiful assistant. Not bad, not bad. As he looked at her, he felt like his heart was on fire. "Sir, please sit down. We'll talk through everything." She respectfully stepped forward and pulled out a chair, gesturing for him to sit. He had wandered alone in the world, without the protection of his family, for so long, and now, in this moment, he had finally returned. It really isn't easy to take it all in. He thought about the treatment he was receiving today and compared it to how difficult life had been over the past few years. He couldn't help but sigh. As soon as he sat down, she handed him a credit card. What's this?" He took the card without looking at it. "Sir, this is your black card. There's no spending limit. You can use it as much as you want," she explained casually. Hearing this, he immediately looked down at the card in excitement. It was indeed the world-famous black card, only available to the super, super, super rich. "Oh my God, I have a black card!" Then his heart started to ache a little. If this black card had appeared a few days ago, he could have bought a 10-carat diamond ring for Alice, let alone struggling to get her a new phone. What timing. "Sir, what's wrong?" Flora asked in a kind voice. Her keen eyes noticed that his mood had changed after receiving the card. He immediately snapped out of it and stopped feeling sad. He looked up at her with a playful smile. "It's all right. I was just thinking about the past and becoming sentimental for a moment. That's all." She gave him a probing look, but seeing his now cheerful expression, she didn't press him further. "Sir, your family is satisfied that you have met the required conditions. From now on, you're officially welcomed back into the Rudd family. They will soon invite the governor to pay you a visit at the family estate. Also, a few other well-known people in town would like to meet you. It's customary that when the heir returns to the family, he hosts a welcome party," she explained. "We'll invite people from wealthy families, big businesses, and political circles to join us to celebrate your return. The biggest names in the city will be at this party." "Geez, everything's moving so fast," he exclaimed in trepidation. But no matter what, he still wanted to take the black card and live a life of luxury for at least a few days. I only just got the news. There's so much to process. Flora, can we spend some time together first? Just you and me? I'm not ready for all this yet." She shook her head and said, "No, sir, that won't do." She didn't seem willing to be swayed. George whimpered and looked pleadingly at her, hoping she might take pity on him. The more assertive a woman is, the more likely she's hiding a soft heart. He saw a trace of a smile on her face. At that same moment, a man and a woman entered the restaurant, chatting happily as they walked toward the table where George and Flora were sitting. The man was sleazy, and the woman was flirtatious. and they didn't care about drawing attention from the surrounding tables. "Ben, you're so annoying, no!" The man had touched the woman's butt, causing her to squeal coquettishly before playfully punching his chest with her fist. He grasped her fist, put it to his lips, and kissed it. "I hate it. But don't you like the way I hate it?" George looked over and his expression dropped. He realized it was Alice and her new boyfriend. As she met his gaze, she rolled her eyes. Who let this poor bastard in? Alice tugged at Ben's jacket sleeve as they approached the table. Seeing a rich beauty sitting opposite George, she felt upset and couldn't help but blurt out, "Good boy, George. I see you found a way to avoid manual labor. I don't know what line you could have spun to seduce this babe, though. I guess you finally resorted to selling yourself for money, huh? To think that you were such a hardworking guy. Who would have thought it of you? Wow, I really pity you. And to think, I actually felt a little guilty that I broke up with you. Looks like it was good I dumped you when I did. Otherwise, I would have ended up utterly disgusted by you."
Did you like this story? You can listen to thousands of such stories on the Pocket FM app. You can download the app now. Click on this icon on your screen or click the drop-down icon right beside the video title. Or search for Pocket FM on the App Store on your iPhone. Now tap the Get button on your iPhone to install the app. Join millions of other listeners on the Pocket FM app and discover thousands of riveting stories today.